Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ARYC. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, representing 1 day's worth of price action, each one represents 30 minutes. So all this here may look like several days worth of time. It's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame, and does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where the green lines are coming from. But after today's price movement, the chart definitely becomes a little bit more complicated from a presentation standpoint, because now there's a lot of perspective that you have to factor in. What do I mean by that? Well, for example, if you are a day trader, flipper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought there, or maybe you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there, but in any of those instances, you wanted to sell within, let's say, 20 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking really bad. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. From the highs, the price has pulled back. But from the big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base, and as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective, so if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you probably had more of a day trader slash flipper perspective going into the trade. And in order to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these lines here. Sure, they still pertain, but I want to just keep this really straightforward in terms of what I'm talking about in this regard. Now, this will mean a little bit more sense, to those of you that watched yesterday's video. But even if you didn't, in that video, I talked about the overall trend indicator, that being the purple line right there, the 50-period simple moving average. And even if you have a very basic understanding of charts, I'm sure you've heard of the 50-period, and you know that when the price is up above it, you want to see the price stay above it. And, this is no different. So let's say the price essentially maybe pulls back a little bit more and then just goes sideways. But, point being, stays up above that purple line, up above, 0.075 area. What would that give you from emphasis on the big picture? Well, from the big picture, you'd have a set of lows here. You'd have some lows down here. And then you'd also have some other lows, but we'll just use these two. You picture these as stair steps. Well, big picture, you still very clearly have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what you want to see happen over time. You just want to see steady progress being made. And progress in this point is, staying up above that purple line. Again, I 100% realize that if you're a day trader and you bought, right there, then yeah, you couldn't care less about these stair steps. But that's why I try to offer up a warning that I would be commenting from a grand scheme of things viewpoint. So sure, today the price pulled back, but stop and think about that word, today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, you can see the bulls do still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base, so that'll be priority number 1 going forward. So yeah, let's see if the bulls can chip away and build that higher low or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.